Welcome into another episode of My Curious Mind podcast. I'm your host, Mr. J, where I always highly encourage curiosity, and I have my lovely, beautiful wife, Tiara J.
Hey, hey,
How's it going?
going good.
You know, your voice sounds just like the intro, the lady that does the intro on one of my favorite R&B albums, Black Street, Another Level.
Oh, what's the song? What's
I
the
can't think of
intro?
the song, but I think her name is Candy or something. So she's talking. You know, one of those interludes or intros how they would have on the album.
Hmm.
I have to show you
Yeah, what
because
she saying?
she's like, "Hey, it's your girl Candy," and she's
Oh,
like a radio host on the little interlude, and she's interviewing the Blackstreet members. I mean, it could be a
I wonder
real
if it's Candy
clip.
Eastman.
It could be a real clip from
Oh,
a DJ or radio
I have to
host.
go listen to it.
But it's one of my favorite albums. It's one of those
That is a
albums
good one,
you
but
can
I don't
play
know
from
that. But that
the
is a good
first
one.
intro all the way to I Know the Lord is Real, which is a Elder Bar sample. Which song is that? What did they sample? Can't sing the song because it's never gonna get copyright. They go.
Well, good thing I don't sound good. Y'all might not even know the song we talking about.
But if you're looking for a really good late '90s R&B album, Blackstreet, Another Level,
Yes, indeed.
excellent album. All right, so yesterday we didn't do the wine, laugh, and talk Monday, so we're gonna do a Tuesday edition. It's just gonna be called Drinks and Laughs.
CP time, one day late.
No, we had some prior engagements. You know, we were in the Poconos, and we were traveling.
Mm-hmm.
That's a full blown ass lie. We were being lazy.
But make sure you guys tell Charmaine. Sorry, the fish was bad last week.
And then hit them, come get your hair fried,
lay to the side. We're real Five Heartbeats fans, if y'all didn't know where that came from.
So you remember the clip I showed you the other day of which, hey, this is a little bit of history and information. Your father is related to the young lady from, am I right? From the Five Heartbeats movie.
No,
what is his connection?
No,
to her?
I have a cousin on my dad's side. He and I are related on our dad's side, but he's related to her on his mom's side.
And what's the lady from the Five Heartbeats movie? What's
her name? Is Tressa Thomas.
Okay, but you've met her before.
Mm-hmm.
See, if I ever meet her, hopefully at some function I'll get to meet her because I didn't go on that trip when y'all went to Chicago that time. But I would be hounding her, say, "Could you just give me like a 10-second clip from that?"
Oh, he's a fan. He's a fan. He's a fan. Oh, that's annoying. That's why I could never be famous ever.
That I'll be Robert Townsend for a second. I put the hat on, put the little pieces of the paper crumbling, sweeping up the broom in the room in the housing projects.
Mm-hmm.
Sweeping that old concrete floor. There was no carpet. And you didn't have a vacuum, so you put a little cup of water on the carpet to loosen up that dust when you sweep.
There was no carpet. But
Well, if you had like a little rug or something
to
get the dust, my bad. If you had like a rug on top of that concrete project floor, you put a little water on the rug and loosen up the dust, so when you sweep it, it was easy to get the stuff up off of it.
Ooh, let us all say thank you, Lord, for deliverance. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord.
Old school poor folks hacks. Poor folk hacks.
Thank
you, Lord. Poor folks. You remember poor folks?
They still have it. Well, they had one in Atlanta for many years, up into the 2000s. I don't know if it's still there.
Man, that was like the highlight of my Sunday. Sometimes I admit it, Lord, I went to church just to go to poor folks because I think they had I don't know, kids all you can eat fish or chicken or something like that. Some type of discount.
And everybody knows in the Black household, you have to be 12 or whatever the kids eat free or discounted age is, at least 2 or 3 years past that age. So when you're 15, you got to tell your kids to say you're 12.
So if you got a mustache and you're 13 and a half, you got to go 12. You got to cover your face. You got to make it look 12.
Yep. Yeah.
That boy has a full goatee. He's 12.
It can happen.
All right, so let's get to some funny or shocking or interesting videos. Let's get to it. I want to try to make.
We're not looking at our people.
No, we're gonna do the videos.
Oh,
Yeah, that episode.
I've been bamboozled, y'all.
That episode will come later in the week. All right, so let's go to the first one.
Did they land on solid ground or they landed in the water?
Yeah, I think they land on the ground. I don't think they made it to the water.
Oh my God. Yeah, that was dangerous.
So that's one of those vacation excursions you probably should have read the fine print. You might die. You definitely should have read that. Or
if you don't die, at least severely injured.
That way you live, you can sue somebody and get some money.
What good is money if you have no brain activity? Shoot. The person who was recording it and saying, oh, the whole time they living good, probably. You probably somewhere laid up in the hospital bed.
I guess you got a point about that. So
how many videos are there?
There are 12.
12?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So would you do that excursion?
No.
See, I know a good couple of ours, Darren and Lindsay. Shout out to them, ATL. I just knew y'all would do some shit.
Me and Darren probably would. Lindsay isn't a huge adventurer like that.
She got on that little raft that time, and I was on the shore holding all y'all belong.
But that's about the only thing she.
So I've been a lone survivor. I have 4 friends. 3 were idiots. No, I wouldn't do that excursion from that video. No way. No how. Let's look at this next video.
You messed this up. We are now on the river, but I'm going to go off the river and see what everybody around the shop is up to. Let's go check it out.
Woo! She ate it. Goodness gracious.
So, with things like that, it's already unusual. You're on a surfboard or a boogie board. The whole time in my head, I would be thinking, be careful, relax, take your time, go slow. I'm thinking accident in my head when I do stuff like that, because that's not normal.
Well, most times when people do stuff, they're drunk, so they're not thinking like that. A lot of times they're drunk.
So is it better to do activities like that intoxicated or high or something?
No, probably not. Well, it depends on what it is.
I don't know. I do not know. Got to be more careful, as they say. Definitely. All right, so let's look at the next one. This is video number 3. Let's pull it up.
Gosh, I know they're gonna push me. I know that. Oh Lord! Oh, not the person in a wheelchair. Oh no!
He wasn't pushing in. He was trying to get up on it.
Yeah. Oh no!
Like they Cooler Gang something. Get down on it. Get down on
it. Can you imagine though being the person in the wheelchair? Like, I guess it would depend on the reason why they're in a wheelchair, because that doesn't necessarily mean they're paralyzed. So maybe
they're just tired as hell, and they just decided to sit and fish and sit in a wheelchair that day. What other fucking reason would they be in a
Everyone that's in a wheelchair is not paralyzed.
So would you just?
Some people have.
But you gotta have some type of true medical reason to go out in public in a wheelchair.
Right, which is different than paralysis.
Then it's one of them old cheap ass wheelchairs that the wheels don't even roll. You got them little.
It rolled right then. It rolled straight into that water.
Then it's 10-speed wheels.
That's terrifying.
I see why when people get animals, they be like, "I want a female animal. I don't want no male animal."
Yeah, it just anything to get it, just like humans.
What do you think triggered that animal? That
they just see somebody standing in a still position. You know how it is when we used to have a dog.
Position that made them do that, or the smell of
Could
He
be.
smelled something.
Could be. I don't know.
Wow. Interesting. Gonna go to a farm and bend over in front of.
The smell. It don't have to be a smell.
Well, I don't think animals see like humans. I don't think he walked up and said, "That ass is mine. That ass is mine.
Thank God Almighty.
That ass is mine."
Mm-mm.
He got that ass wet too, so he really won't.
Next video.
Friends' sorrows will quickly shift into laughter at a funeral if this happens.
Yeah, it's gonna look praise, man. Praise the Lord.
This man doing a whole acrobatic routine. Lord have
Do
mercy.
you see what he did?
Whoa, he flipped into the thing. Yeah.
So
at least they didn't feel it.
I guess my question: if you're at that funeral, can you say that funeral? You have someone in your family that calls it a funeral. I only got one person.
I had a couple people.
I only
call
got
it
one
funeral.
person in my family call it a funeral. You got like 10 people in your family that call it a funeral. That's Alabama. The difference between Alabama and Tennessee. Shout out to both of those states, Alabama and Tennessee.
And either one of them talk worth a dog.
Am I right? You got more people in your family that call it a funeral. So if you're at that funeral, do you laugh when that happens?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So depending on how well you know the deceased, does that determine if it's okay to laugh or not? So if the deceased is like,
it does.
Like
if you are my parent or something like that, then I'm not gonna laugh. But if you distant, hollering, I'm screaming. You know I can never be serious when it's time to be serious. So yeah, if you distant, I'm sorry.
So it's gonna be one of them awkward laughs. It's gonna be one of them awkward laughs. You're gonna be going, you're gonna be looking around like waiting for somebody else to start laughing. Everybody gonna be, you know how now you old Southern folks hold up that finger. It's gonna be about 100 people holding up their finger, walking out like that.
I'm definitely laughing.
I don't know. That's a very awkward moment because even if you're the close family member, you like.
No, what was awkward?
At our event.
What was awkward was my man Simon Biles, who thought he was a gymnast and flipped and did it. He kept on with his performance, like he did not break character. That was awkward.
But I guess he's thinking, if I stop, I look like a damn fool. If I keep going, I just look like a motherfucking fool. So it was just pick your poison. You was gonna be the talk of the repast. You're gonna be the talk of the graveyard service. You're gonna be the talk of the.
No, he should have stopped though. Bless his heart.
Stop and do what? Sweep up the damn glass at this point. What is he?
Pick up the dead person, because the dead person fell, didn't they?
No, he flipped into the. You know how they have like a picture of somebody? He knocked over the picture.
Oh.
He knocked over. So what the hell?
I thought that was the person laying up there in the coffin, and he flips into that. Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. I thought he flipped into the coffin. Okay. Whew. Well, then that wouldn't have been as funny then if he just kicked over that glass. It would have been actually funnier if he flipped into the dead person in the coffin.
Cheers to you for giving me another chance.
Goodness gracious.
I'm quoting the hell out of some R&B songs tonight. Cheers to you. All right, that was church, folks. Number 5. Oh, no, that was 4. We on 5.
And we're going.
But see, that's another thing. Like when you're around cattle or animals like that, you should be thinking, stay away from the legs, stay away from the legs, push, move, stay away, block, move, stay away.
Who thinks that? Like, so the animals move.
So
like,
let me ask you this question. Have you ever ridden a horse before?
Yes.
Okay. So if you had to go to a farm tomorrow and they say, hey, help me brush the side of this horse, what are you thinking about the whole time while you're brushing aside that horse?
But that's different because the horse is standing still and you're thinking, like, let me keep it controlled. If one is already in motion, how are you going to duck and dodge what? Like, that don't even make
But
sense.
even if the
'cause
horse
it's
is
already
walking,
moving.
but if the horse is walking by you and you're holding the what is the
I think that's different than being out there with animals that are already bucking. But I will say, you know, the little bull run they do, I think it's in Spain. That does seem kind of exhilarating or kind of fun. I would like to do that. Because
that's-
is it just one bull they let run loose? If it's just one, I think you have pretty good chances. I'd do it.
you notice on that video, there's never no Americans from around the way from the neighborhoods. in those
I think
videos.
it would be fun.
It would be fun, but I
Excuse
wouldn't
me.
run from the bull. I would already be up high just laughing at people having some drinks. That's
But what fun is if you're not running from the bull?
man, it's fun seeing people getting,
Seeing other
literally
people get
trampled
trampled.
to death. Yeah, it's definitely fun. 'Cause, I mean,
Trampled to death.
it's something you've watched on TV your whole life, and to actually go and see it in person and say these people actually love to do this. It's kind of like somewhere in Europe where they take the cheese wheel and they roll it down a hill, and you got to tumble down a hill and get the cheese wheel before it gets to the bottom. Like that's actually some festival event, and people be tearing ACLs, breaking shoulders, breaking necks. Just
I wish I would break my
just to
neck.
be the neighborhood cheese wheel.
Yeah,
winner.
that's
Like
crazy.
that's all you get. You don't get no scholarship. You don't get no tax, no debt relief. You don't get any of that. You don't even get no golden cheese wheel. You just get that cheese that they roll down the hill, that's molded and got goat shit on it. At that point, all right. So that was 5. No, that was that was 6. I think that was 6.
That was 5.
All right,
And we're going.
They should have some crazy gym fails.
Oh my gosh! Look at it. Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! I can't watch people get injured like that.
The importance of safety balls.
I can't watch people like that. I can't watch people get injured like that.
So, what did you notice about all of those videos that they were missing?
No spot.
Damn,
Yeah,
right.
it's the reason why.
You do dumb shit.
And I mean, I'm not a super, like, I do weights, but not
that.
like super heavy weights like that. But I hate to see people doing weightlifting videos with no shoes on. I don't know why it just grinds my gears so badly. I hate it.
You said you hate it?
Yeah, I do. But yeah, you can get injured really, really badly doing weightlifting.
Yeah, that's crazy. I've that's another thing. When I used to try to lift weights, I would always think, don't do nothing stupid, don't do nothing stupid, don't do nothing stupid. Only put 5 pounds on each side of the bar and lift it. You look dumb and stupid, but you go home safe.
Unless you have the proper training and you're using, excuse me, someone to spot you and stuff.
Let's see.
Oh, that hurt.
1, 2, 3, go.
Oh my.
And the fact that all those were preventable.
I think it was people seeking to hurt themselves. Maybe they trying to get a disability check before they stop giving out disability checks.
Well, at least they'll get their disability check and their YouTube stream viewership thing because people love to watch crazy videos, i.e. us.
Yeah, I guess so. Our kids like watching that crazy stuff too.
Yes, all the time.
So don't do stupid shit or people gonna talk about you on social media. Please don't. That's what we got.
Oh, Lordy day. Oh, look. What a felon them on now. Lord,
Is that someone that's actually there talking, or is her voice over?
He's actually the same voice.
Oh.
Yeah, we are here. Oh, Lordy day. Oh, look.
Oh, it's like
What a felon them on
oh,
now.
Lord. Just imagine that water looks murky. I wonder if they have gators and stuff like that.
You like me? That's with that murky, marshy looking water. I'm thinking gator. I'm getting up out of that water. Like,
and nobody helped him.
it's open. I mean, it's no sense of 5 or 6 of us getting bit up by a gator. Just let one. It's probably not. That's messed up though. They might be thinking it's better to go to one memorial service than
or have 0 memorial services. There's a thought.
That would mean they would have to make smart decisions, like not go out there.
I just help him get out.
Not drink Bud Light on the dock.
OE. They were drinking Old English. What's the full name of Old English? Old English 800 or Old English? Don't act like you ain't never drink no OE. I didn't because I don't drink it.
OE.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I remember seeing it in the store when I would go in there and get some liquor before I was 21.
It's beer though, right?
Yeah, it's beer. It's malt liquor.
What's malt liquor? Sorry, I don't know the terminology.
I just know malt liquor was only sold in the inner city. So if you went out to the suburbs, there was no malt liquor. I really don't know how to define what it is, but
Old English.
I'm pretty sure it was malt liquor. Like St. Ives, Colt 45.
It's called St. Ives.
And you asking all those questions.
Yeah, it's Old English 800.
It's malt liquor, right?
Yeah, I need to see what malt liquor is.
Colt 45 is malt liquor.
Malt liquor is a type of beer. I think if I remember from when my dad used to work like in beer production, it's the bottom of the barrel, literally. Like they take what's left. Let me read here too.
Colt 45, Schlitt malt liquor, Bull. I think that's how you say it.
I have to research it.
It was malt liquor, and Billy D. Williams, he was the the lead sponsor back in the day.
Yeah.
In the 70s, probably early 80s of Colt 45. And like I said, malt liquor is, they sell a lot in the inner city.
So I think it's cheap, and I want to say, and could be wrong, I don't know, but it's the bottom of the barrel. Like what's left over in the barrel and the hops and all that kind of stuff, that's what's used.
Do you know what hops is?
That little grainy, barley kind of grainy stuff, right?
That flavor.
You tried to play me on camera. We're gonna talk about that shit later on. Okay. We're gonna talk about that later on. Okay, wrap it up. Gotta go get the heating pad for my child.
Oh,
it's STAR testing.
It's people could be somewhere. They don't know what STAR. She doesn't test tomorrow.
I got an email with the review.
Yeah, to next week. You're just making up stuff.
No, it says it's.
All right, let's check out our next one. Wow, just random guys with trash top letting vote, whatever that is. This kid could have died.
Yeah.
He has a snack of grunt. It's a guy with this snack.
And that horn or whatever is like so hard through their head in the front.
It's good. All right. Somebody listening about Doge may not like that comment. It was a joke. It was a joke, people. Joke. All right. Crazy folks. I think that was, what was it, 8? Yeah. All right, here we go.
What do you have?
I brought in a rocket ship that mounted underneath her pillow.
Oh, okay, that's great, Philip. Thank you for that.
There's a switch here to turn it on. Then it buzzes like a rocket ship.
All right, you can have a seat now.
Let's go, Mr. D. Coming in for a landing.
It's good. Is it okay? Okay. You know what? Let's do that.
I know that's right. He said, don't touch me.
You broke his rocket ship.
Oh, now you talk. What's next?
If it's so, do you think that video was a PSA? Let's pretend it was a PSA.
Mm-hmm.
So you think the PSA was made for kids or for adults? That if that was a PSA,
Adults.
and what was the meaning of the PSA?
Put your dildo in a lockbox.
Yeah, put your shit up. Put your adult shit up. Put all your stuff up, because that's got to be one of the most damn embarrassing things
Yes, has to
that
be.
can happen. And if you come across this podcast or you're watching it and you know of a time or you're aware of someone who kid took some shit to school, definitely. No, it's cool. Turn it back this way. That way. All right, you on? My camera went messed up. All right, but if you know about a time when
Glitching.
you're if you know of someone that this has happened to, please share the story, because I'd be interested if this has ever happened to someone. I don't personally know of a person that this has ever happened to, but it'd be really interesting to see.
Because one thing kids
about
gonna do
something like this.
is embarrass you, even when they're not trying to.
All right, let's look at the next one. Yeah, we got two more. Saw that one.
Damn it! Fuck! I lost my goddamn pinky. Fuck!
Oh my gosh. That was the most shocking. Like, he got his finger completely bitten off.
All right, I'm back. Had a little camera issue here. Let's see. That split like that, and I think we're last video here.
Oh, that's so it just never ended. Run up. I always think it's crazy how people get passed out. I can't imagine being passed out and then coming through and then you're in roller coaster or whatever. That's one shot. You know, no, because now when I was younger, I absolutely would have done it. But now, especially experiencing vertigo and like, you know, having kids and not wanting anything to happen to me, I don't know that I would do it now.
I definitely wouldn't be doing it. I think it's probably been since late 20s last time I got on any type of a roller coaster.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I absolutely love roller coasters, but the way that one is, how it flings you in, I don't know that I would do that.
Now, I definitely wouldn't have thrown up like the girl at the beginning of the video, but my eyes would be closed.
But you would probably pass out. The fact that you don't like
But I've been on heights. I've never. I'm not gonna pass out.
We'll have to look at a
I'm gonna
video where
close
you
my
see
eyes.
how high that actually is. Because remember, this is the same guy who almost couldn't cross a drawbridge, walking across a little drawbridge, and we were not even 1/4 of the distance of the height that was.
Give full context. Let me, because she's bullshitting. She's not giving full context of how high I was up. So
I gave full. It doesn't matter if you
So
were
you're
like
talking
that
about-
at 2 feet and that's 8 feet. That's still
That
4
wasn't-
times
that wasn't-
higher than that
but that
one.
wasn't 2 feet.
Somebody help him out, please, to understand. I'm saying it doesn't matter how high it was.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't, if that slingshot is way higher, it doesn't matter if you were already scared at the lower one. So it doesn't matter. If you were on 2 feet, then obviously you'll be scared at 8 feet. If you were scared at 10 feet, obviously you'll be scared at 100 feet.
First of all, you're not being completely honest, because we were up at least
So what happened?
250 feet.
Can
It was
someone write
a-
in the comments to explain what I'm saying, please?
What type of bridge was it? It was one of those Indiana Jones, the Temple of Doom bridges that was made with ropes and plywood. So it was moving. It was one of those type of bridges, and I did panic. I'm not gonna lie.
As opposed to you being on something that's way higher, regardless of the height, and being propelled through the air while also spinning.
I would have felt safer on that ride. I wouldn't want to be on either one of them, given the choice.
Lord have mercy. You marry someone you think got sense,
But
and then you realize
no,
20
at
years
least with the
later.
ride, I'm strapped in. I'm holding on to something. At least I can say, hey, if the crazy son of a gun that was supposed to tighten up the bolts, but he was really listening to his headphones and he took a cigarette break or something and didn't tighten it up, at least if we fall off this thing, I'm inside this enclosed in part. Maybe I'll survive. But when that
You're going to survive being propelled through the air at several miles per hour and spinning and
maybe,
hitting the
but-
ground,
but see,
as opposed to falling when you have a bungee cord harness.
you got a point.
They
but
let anybody teach. You see this?
no, see, she throwing them jokes. She throwing them
No, but
jokes.
really though, that ride, I'll have to show you the
Yeah, you
actual video so you can
definitely
see
got to show it to them.
how
'Cause I'm
high it
not-
is. I think it's called the slingshot, and it's somewhere in
you gotta show it
Florida.
to them. But like I said earlier, I personally wouldn't want to be on either one of them. But given the choice, I would do the slingshot for the bridge.
All right.
Which one do you think is safer?
The bridge. Would you rather? That's like saying I'd rather fall out of an airplane instead of fall from the top of my house.
I mean,
It's like a no-brainer.
now that I think about it, you may have a point. How about I don't get on either one of them?
This is it. Hold on, I'm pulling up a video, you guys, so he can see. Sorry, this is what it does. I don't know if y'all can see it.
No, I'll pass.
Okay.
I'll pass. How high in that air do you think it goes?
I don't know.
I'll pass on that.
Couple hundred. Look, that's the real. Uh-oh.
You know what? I'll just stay at home on that day that either one of those events is being planned on the trip. That's mine.
Mm-hmm.
I'll stay at the hotel. I'll stay at home.
Yeah, because you get propelled like on the bungee cord thing, and then you're also spinning.
That's what I'll do. I'll stay at home.
All right, guys.
I won't go. I think that was our last video. All right, so thank you once again. Well, real quick, what was your favorite one?
There was which one? Oh, I don't know necessarily about a favorite, but the shock value one was when the guy got his finger bitten off. I was not expecting for his entire finger to get snatched off. That's insane.
I think for me, probably the church one. That was interesting.
Oh.
Because
Now that was my funniest one because I really thought my man flipped into the actual casket of a dead person. That was funny.
Ooh, just think if you flip and knock the casket over and the person roll out and their fingers pointing that way like that. They come out of the casket like paint pointing. So you know people go to the rest of their life thinking that's an omen.
Oh,
That's a
yeah.
sign from the look, like you know.
Oh my gosh, that
That-
is
like
too funny.
that'll mess with a person.
Look,
Like,
and then imagine the eyes open up so they point. Oh my gosh, that would be
yeah.
terrible.
So, but definitely when he knocked over the picture, that would have probably been one of those moments where people are looking around like, is it okay to laugh? Relax. And then based on how well you knew or how close you were to the deceased, probably would determine how soon or how quickly you were willing to laugh. Because if you knew the deceased really well, they were close kin,
Yeah.
you're probably not gonna laugh.
Yeah, you're right.
You'll just laugh a week later. Because
Mhm.
your grieving process will look differently. You know, after you get that insurance check. But
You
just said
silly.
that.
You're right.
You know, but you know, being honest, being very realistic and transparent, you know, a couple of days out, week, a month, the grieving process is totally different. I think everyone can look back at that and laugh at that. That could be definitely a funny moment, but definitely when it's happening, it's probably not funny. You definitely different if you're really close to the deceased one. All right. I hope you all saw something that was funny, interesting, or shocking, or you just sat along, watched, and had a drink or two. Because I definitely enjoyed this drink because it's kind of starting to hit. But thank you again, Miss Tierra J.
Thank you for having me.
I apologize for the little camera malfunction.
It happens.
Yeah.
Growing pains.
Growing pains. It definitely happens with the podcast. But please hit that like and subscribe button. Share the podcast with someone. And until next time, peace.
Peace.